Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Knits Please podcast. Thank you very much for joining me. I am Jess from Knits Please, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I've been knitting and some of my stash acquisitions and general kind of knitting chit chat. So I hope you enjoy. If you like what you see today, you can find me on Instagram at KnitsPleaseUK, and you can also find me on Ravelry at KnitsPlease. So this is my first podcast. I'm not really sure where to start, so we'll just see how it goes. It's a work in progress. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I want to show you is a couple of recent FOs, finished objects, that I have been working on. One of them is very recent and the other one is not so much, but I thought I'd show it anyway because I don't really have much recent progress to go on. So the first one is this giant thing. So this is my new knitting basket. It is knit in hooked spaghetti yarn in just like the typical grey colour. So yeah, it's kind of huge. I cannot remember the name of the person who did the pattern, but basically it's knit flat and the bottom is shaped using short rows, and it was my first time using short rows. I really enjoyed it. But what I'll do is I'll make sure I find out the name of the pattern. I'll link that in the description box so you can check it out. I actually amended it slightly, so I did a slightly different number of pattern repeats. So it's sort of between the small and the large size that she has in the pattern. So yeah, that is my first FO, and I'll show you some of these exciting whips in here a little bit later on. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably have seen my second FO already, but it is a great one, which is this beautiful, beautiful cropped sweater. So this is the Kyla striped pullover pattern from Happy Love Co. So I follow her on Instagram. I've been doing so for ages and I love the stuff that she knits, so definitely check her out. So the yarn is Wool and the Gang's Shiny Happy Cotton. The white, which I think everybody knows, is the 101 Space Dyed Spots, and I absolutely love it. And then I just paired it with the Cinder black for this cool kind of like monochrome look. So it's super loose fitting. It's just kind of like the body is just rectangles, and then there is some shaping on the sleeves, which hopefully you can see a little bit there. And it's really cool. It's like a mixture of garter stitch and stocking stitch. So as well as the coloured stripes, you've got texture stripes as well, which I really love. So it's a really simple pattern. It's good for kind of if you're just getting started. And then it's got like a really cool stitch detailing. So it's sewn together using this kind of like crossover stitch, which took a while, but I think it's worth it. I think it just adds like a really cool feature. So that is my second most recent and most loved finished object. And then I will show you so just what I'm wearing here, which is my loose fit crop. So this is one of my own patterns, and it's actually the next one that I'm going to be releasing. So if you like this, watch this space, and it will hopefully be coming hopefully in July. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So that's just gone out to pattern testers this weekend. So yeah, hopefully that will be all sorted very soon. So without further ado, I'm gonna move on to some of my whips. I've only got a couple at the moment. I've just recently moved house, so I've not been working too much on knitting, but let me show you what I've got. So I was trying to take part in the boxer socks cal this year. So the idea is that you knit 12 pairs of socks, one for each month of the year. I was doing really, really well up until May. Obviously moving house is not so easy and didn't leave me with so much knitting time. So this is my current May sock, and we're now well into June. So I'm a little bit behind schedule. I'm not sure if I'll make all 12 pairs of socks this year, but it's been a really fun thing to kind of do, and I know if there's ever a time when I don't really have very much to work on, I can be working on some socks. So this is just like the very beginning of what I've done so far. I've got this is my vanilla sock pattern that I'm using. So I've got the twisted rib at the top and then contrasting colour for the main body of the sock. So both of these yarns are actually from my friend Kate, who is Joanie Unravelled on Instagram and Ravelry, and she's also on Etsy, so you can have a look and buy her yarns. So this one at the top was a custom one that she dyed for me, which is like a Grey-dient, and then the next one down is her Paint It Black, which like I just love the detail on here. You can just see like the tonal variances are beautiful. So that is my technically May sock, but it will be my next sock for the box of socks. So I'm hoping that I've got enough to do the bands and toes in the contrast. I'm not sure if I'll have enough to also do heels. I'll have to kind of play that by ear as I go. I'm not really like into doing an afterthought heel. I just like my socks to be done when they're done. So I'll have to make that decision pretty soon because I'll be coming to the heel flap. I do like short ankle socks. So yeah, that is my May sock. So this one is gorgeous. It's so soft, it's so chunky, it's so snuggly, and it's going to be so nice when it gets cold again. So this one has been sat kind of packed away for a while. I was knitting it before the move, and then I ran out of yarn partway through the sleeve. So this is knit in Lauren Aston's super chunky yarn, and it's just so squidgy, so gorgeous. And this is a pattern that I'm designing as I go. So it's a cropped one. Again, I really like a crop. So you probably see lots of crops coming from me. It's just like it was actually a bottom up raglan that I knit, which is kind of like a similar construction to the Crop It Like It's Hot sweater from Girly Knits, which was the first raglan that I ever knit. So yeah, this is a work in progress. I'm not sure when I'll next be working on it. I need to buy the yarn, but it just doesn't really feel like the season to be knitting in super chunky, but I'm sure that will be back on the needles fairly soon. And then my last whip is gonna look really boring. So again, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen this one. So it's currently just a big old rectangle, but this is again another pattern design of my own, and this is going to be like the super beginner boxy crop. So it's going to be a loose fitting boxy crop t-shirt. I'm undecided yet whether to do any neckline shaping in the pattern. I want it to be like really, really simple. So it's like if you can knit a scarf, you can knit this t-shirt kind of t-shirt, so that anyone who is a bit intimidated by designing knitting garments can give it a go and hopefully like find it really easy, and kind of it gives them a bit more confidence. So I might try and include sort of two variations in the pattern, but this is knit in Debbie Bliss Cotton Denim DK, which is also the same yarn as this crop, but this is in kind of like the black base. So again, it's just got like a really nice gradient. This is just kind of like classic stocking stitch, so it will hopefully be like a mindless, easy, comfortable knit. So I'm doing the front, I've done the back already, I'm doing the front now, and hopefully it won't take me too long to finish that once I decide the neckline, and then do the sleeves, and that pattern should hopefully be on the way fairly soon. So that is all I've got in terms of whips at the moment, so I will share with you now a little bit of stash enhancement. As I said, trying to do boxer socks, so I've been looking for some more sock yarn. My friend Kate, Joanie Unravelled, I absolutely love her sock yarn. I've knit like at least four, maybe 5 pairs of socks out of it so far, and like it's just beautiful, and I'm really struggling to find something else that compares, but I also need to get some more affordable yarns. So I'm trying, the next one is going to be this Regia Perfect. So you might be able to see from here, it's kind of just got like a gradient, so it's all grey through. Grey is my favourite, obviously, and it's kind of just got like a gradient that stripes all the way up through the sock. So we'll see how that one turns out. I think it was really interesting. They've got this kind of easy start yellow strand. I was a little bit shocked when I saw the yellow come through when I unpacked. But yeah, I think that's like a nice touch. Just helps you get started really easily. So yeah, I'm not going to be trying these for a while given the state of my May socks. But when I get around to it, I'm interested to see how they turn out in that stripe. So that will be quite exciting. And then the second and final stash enhancement I've got is this delicious, super chunky, super soft, super squidgy Millimere yarn. So I cannot wait to get started with this. It's like, look at that. Look at it, and it's just like a cloud. I've gone for this like super light grey colour. So this is like 100% wool. It's just gorgeous. So this I'm going to be using for a secret project, which I can't talk about right now, but which will hopefully be coming to light pretty soon. I'm not sure how much I'm going to need for this project, so I'm hoping I'll have a little bit left over so I can play around with it a bit more, and yeah, because it's just such a dream. So watch this space, something fun is going to be coming from this very soon. So I think that's about it really. As I say, I've not really been able to knit too much recently with the move. I need to crack on with like my pattern designs at the moment, but I've got so many ideas of things that I want to knit. So in terms of dream knitting, I mean, there's one thing. So I got the email through into my inbox, and it's been sat in my inbox since then, and I was going to jump on it straight away, but it was before I moved. I didn't have any yarn to start knitting with, so I thought, no, Jess, be sensible, wait until you're in a better position. And that is, so if you follow Knititude on Instagram, which if you don't, you really should, she's amazing. She recently released her beginner raglan pattern, and she's then since released a couple of variations for it. So one of them is like, it's cropped, it's got these like beautiful, like big, like bell sleeves and this gorgeous like massive cowl, and it looks so cozy and so amazing. So that is top of my list of dream knitting. So once I've kind of like gotten through all of this, because I really try not to have too many projects on the needles at once. I'm not very good when there's loads of options, and I really struggle to actually like get through and complete anything. And you know, I love the process of knitting, but for me, I'm in it for the finished garment. I'm in it to wear what I've made. So once I've got through a couple of these things and a couple of kind of commitments that I've made, I'm definitely going to be casting on that cropped raglan, beginner raglan, because it's going to be amazing, such a joy. But I've also got like a ton of my own knitting pattern ideas as well. I've kind of secretly been taking part in the like 100 days project. You might have seen it on Instagram. I think it's Elise Joy. It's kind of like her creation, and the idea is you do something for 100 days. I've not been participating completely. I've not been sharing about it on social media. It's just been like a personal project for me. But every single day I've been sketching out, and terribly because I can't draw, but sketching out a really rough knitting pattern design. So I've got like over 60 pattern ideas, and obviously some of them are terrible, some of them are going to take a really lot of work, but I'm really excited about so many of them, and I just kind of want to get onto the next one and the next one. So I need to kind of like, I think I need to map it all out. I need to brainstorm of all of the designs I want to make, the patterns that I've seen that I want to make as well, and kind of balance it out, so I've got a bit of joy coming from both sides of things. So yeah, really exciting, lots of fun stuff coming up, and so yeah, I think that's about it. I really hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you have a podcast of your own, please drop a comment below. Let me know what your podcast is, because I'd love to have a watch. Or if you've got any suggestions, I'm still like really new to this. I've got a couple of podcasts that I watch religiously. So that my friend Kate, Joanie, Unravelled, also has a podcast, and I watch that all the time. And Hey Sister Yarn Co. was the first podcast that I got into. So that's another one that, again, I watch religiously. But other than that, I've kind of dipped my toes here and there, but I've not really committed to anything else. So if you've got any podcasts that you love, please leave your recommendations in the comments below. Yeah, and I'm really excited to kind of discover some new podcasts. So I think that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed listening to my knitting rambles, and I'll try and get a little bit more succinct and concise in my future podcasts. So you can find me on Instagram at KnitsPleaseUK. I am on Ravelry as Knits Please. And yeah, if you like this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you.